Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your daily crypto news. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a wonderful day. As always, when you leave a like or leave a comment, it does help the channel as subscriptions do as well. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin and Ethereum stuck in a range. Small altcoins rally. At the time of me making this video, the cryptocurrency market is in a very light green. There were a lot of I'll show you them in a couple of seconds, very dramatic articles over the last 12 hours with the cryptocurrency market. First of all, just to be clear, there's a lot of volatility in the market. But for some reason, when this volatility takes place, the cryptocurrency price news articles tend to be just as all over the place. However, at the moment, it is clear that we are range bound in some sort of fashion, but other markets are performing the exact same way, and if not already going down. So that's, of course, in the news. The most confusing part was, however, while the entire market is down, air quotes there, nearly every single price article was just hyper focused only on Ethereum. It says Ethereum below 2,600, indicators show that another dip might be coming. This one says Ethereum price analysis, Ethereum struggles below 3,000. This one says technical analysis, Ethereum could avoid a major downtrend if it closes above one key level. You know what's coming next. It says selling pressure mounts for Ethereum. Ethereum price might see more downside in coming days. And Ethereum dominance slides by 3% in last 24 hours. Price touches 2,500. I'm not sure where the daily obsession with Ethereum came from. Normally, there's like an even sprinkle of Bitcoin is down, Ethereum's down, Bitcoin's up. Look how high Ethereum is. You may even get like a random Solana looks like it's going to this price today. Is XRP going to fall more? Cardano is near $1. Can it go to $1.01 or something weird like that? But everything was just focused on Ethereum. I don't think there's any Ethereum conference or something major happening today where every single website had to just simply focus on Ethereum's price. But maybe it's just one of those days. Maybe the crypto stars aligned and that's just where we are. Also in the price news, as a reminder, if you will, stocks have also been falling, collapsing, dropping around the world as well. It says Asian stocks and European equities fell on Tuesday on concerns that commodity costs will fan inflation and choke economic growth. Yes, the idea of inflation rising even more than it already has is heavily back in the price news. The idea being that the worst I've seen is that by the end of, if we were at 7% last year, I've seen estimates of 15 to 20% by the end of this year, which is absolutely unacceptable. If this current situation continues, which it looks like it's going to, and it's not even rattling investor fears, like it's literally shaking the entire planet right now. The S&P 500 sank on Monday in its worst day since October 2020, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite closed in bear market territory. As the yield curve narrows, oil jumps and stocks fall into a correction. Traders are panicking about the threat of a recession. Oil traded higher and nickel extended a record-breaking rally. Now, here's the other part, and I'm pretty sure, once again, algorithm. I saw a couple of people, hello to you out there, announcing or telling other people on social media and or here that they were disappointed and that I wasn't speaking my mind. I don't think you understand how an algorithm works. It picks up everything that you say. Of course, I want to say certain things, but I cannot say them, because that's how this platform works. Sorry to disappoint you. The other point to be made is, for those of you who are looking at the screen, if you can see the third paragraph right here, that's what's actually also causing markets to drop even further. So, also this right here, it's basically the entire shebang. Everything is happening at one single time. I think the news that we typically end up with the most is that the stock market is falling, but you have to understand that it's not simply a fall. It is a push downward by a number of events currently taking place. So this is why it would make sense that the cryptocurrency market and every other market is down. I've seen a number of people, once again, not even just complaining about me, but other places talking about why are prices so low, stop the negative news. I mean, it's the news. Why don't you tell them over there to stop what they're doing to that other country that's next to them? That would actually help a lot. So yeah, just thought I'd address that because I've been seeing so many people, and I think it's just a general prices are down, people are mad kind of thing, but make sure to direct it where it actually has to go, as opposed to fighting with each other on Reddit and Twitter. It just looks so ridiculous. That's the price news at the moment. Prices are down across the board and probably will not properly recover until this is all settled and done with, because, I mean, logic. So yeah. At the moment, once again, the cryptocurrency market is in like a light green, which is nice to see. And for some reason, everyone's completely obsessed with Ethereum's price just today. I have no idea what's going on there. Alrighty, that's all the price news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the, oh my gosh, this was everywhere news, U.S. President Joe Biden is preparing to sign an executive order on crypto strategy this week, according to Bloomberg. According to sources familiar with the matter, President Joe Biden will sign his long-anticipated executive order that will set the tone for holistic cryptocurrency regulation in the United States this week. The order will instruct federal government agencies to investigate topics related to cryptocurrencies and form a holistic framework for a regulatory approach. These topics include the possible regulatory changes, security impact, and economic impacts that will result from the adoption of cryptocurrency. The report will also require those agencies to report activities related to digital assets to the federal government. And I'm going to back it up here. You might remember a couple of weeks ago, this was very heavily in the news. This was attributed as the reason why the cryptocurrency market was going down. And I made sure to tell you in all the other videos, I was like, hey, no, it's what's currently happening in the news. But people persisted and kept on saying, no, it's definitely Joe Biden going to be signing a piece of paper that's going to crash the cryptocurrency market. I'm not sure what other sources of news any of you are receiving, but I promise you that's not it. So we have known since the end of 2017 that regulations were going to be a thing. I think the really important part to even point out here is that there's more than one country on the planet. And I say that not to be smug. It's more of every other country on the planet at this point has either banned crypto, lightly banned it. I think there's 2 countries who only allow air quotes 6 cryptocurrencies within their borders. I'm not sure how they're making that work, but good luck to them. And then everyone else has released some type of regulatory framework. And I mean like an actual, here's how much you pay in taxes. Here's what you can do with it. Yes, you can or cannot use cryptocurrencies as a payment method. You can pay your taxes with it. We've seen the whole shebang over the course of the last 2 years in the news. Now it's time for the United States to have this same type of regulatory framework. I don't know why people thought that the US was never going to have regulations. Me making fun of the SEC not giving a Bitcoin ETF is very different than being like, oh, they're never ever going to have regulations. This was clearly going to be a thing. Why so many people are afraid of him signing a piece of paper that's only going to allow other people to look into the market to see what kind of regulation should be implemented is completely beyond me. I would assume if it has not been banned already, it's not going to be banned. It's simply going to have regulations, and it's probably going to be put into the exact same corner as the banking system, as it already is. Remember when we went over before that every single cryptocurrency exchange has a banking charter license? That's why all the countries were really annoyed with Binance, because they didn't have a physical location and didn't have all the proper paperwork to be able to work in those countries. So apparently it's going to happen sometime this week. When it happens, please don't hold your breath or don't go around and panic. We knew that this was going to happen. It is going to happen, and it is simply a signing of a piece of paper. It is not the banning of the cryptocurrency market within the United States. It's simply these people who are going to be officially looking into the cryptocurrency space to see what kind of regulations should be implemented are already looking into the cryptocurrency space because they've been talking about it for years. So this isn't something new. Like they're not standing waiting in an office going, oh yeah, when he signs that paper, we're going to be looking through everything. They're already doing it. So that's the Joe Biden is signing a piece of paper this week. Why everyone is afraid of this, I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's the regulation news. Terrifying, right? Ooh. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also in like weirdly popular news, I don't know how this became popular. Cryptocurrency exchange Binance has fully resumed euro and British pound deposits and withdrawals via the SEPA payment network and faster payment services. Binance is also offering all verified users 0 fees for depositing euro via SEPA and Great British Pounds via FPS to celebrate the return of SEPA and FPS. Sure, why not? Cryptocurrency exchange Binance announced on Monday at 11 a.m. for both desktop and the app. They said Binance and PaySafe will fully reopen euro and British pound deposits and withdrawals, respectively, through the SEPA and faster payment services. Binance retail users across Europe, with the exception of the Netherlands and Switzerland, will be available to make euro transfers directly via SEPA. So, as far as I remember it, I think they had to stop the transfers between the UK and mainland Europe because of the whole regulation thing that we saw last July. For those of you who were not here, it literally just boiled down to the fact that Binance did not have a physical location. We had reports before. I think there are, if I'm not mistaken, 6 higher-ups in the Binance space, and they travel around all the time. They work from home. They work remotely. They are flying to Bali to go work there as well. They don't have a physical location because it's the year 2022, and that's not how people are working anymore. Not everyone has to work inside of an office. Bringing it on back, and regulators had a really big problem with this because they're like, what if we have a problem? We can't find you on your airplane and tell you where you have to go. I don't know if they were wagging their fingers, but I assume there was one finger that was wagged over the course of the last 2 years. So Binance had to stop a lot of operations. It was mainly in Australia, Singapore, the UK, Europe. And also years ago, it was slightly taken away in the United States when they stopped American users from using Binance and had them use Binance US instead, because, you know, the extra US definitely makes a lot of sense. So it appears that they've reinstated what they uninstated last summer. Cool. I told you it's just paperwork. Governments don't actually care, wink, about anything going on. It's more of they want to make sure that the paperwork that they've had going on for the last 200 years continues, and that you have to have a physical place, because I think Binance also announced that they're going to have like 7 physical places. I think 1 in Ireland, 1 in Switzerland, and a couple of other places. Sure, why not? I wonder what the world, now this is me going off on a tangent, I wonder what the world is going to look like in like 100 years if cryptocurrencies do actually survive and this becomes like a very big thing, because a lot of the laws that we live under right now were written in the 20s, the 1930s, and the 1940s. Not making like an archaic joke. I mean, like, these are literally the rules that we work on. And there's so much more that I want to say on that, but I know that I can't say it. But in the year 2120, will we still be living under rules that were made in like 1930? I don't know. I always wonder these things, you know. At what point will regulators be like, okay, you don't have to have a physical location. Okay, you don't need the paperwork, or like just sign. I don't know. Anyway, that was a tangent. All right. That's the Binance has reactivated European transfer customers. Changpeng Cao smiling in a picture with the word Binance News. This was super popular. It's kind of weird. All right. Let's move on. Also in popular news, crypto exchange Coinbase has announced that it will label some assets that are either new to the platform users or have a relatively low trading volume as experimental in an effort to be more transparent and clear to its users. And I assure you that's not what it is. Founded in 2012, Coinbase, which claims to offer the safest and easiest platform to buy and sell BTC, offers more than 150 tradable assets. The primary goal of the move is to be as transparent as possible with our customers regarding trading risks. This was said by the company's product manager in the blog post. We are introducing a new experimental label on asset pages and a disclosure when executing trades for some assets. He went on to add that the fast pace of Coinbase's offerings expansion makes it crucial for it to add such labels as newly created assets come with added risks, more order cancellation, and higher price swings. Can you guess what happened? I mean, I don't have like an exact scenario for you, but it's more of a Coinbase in the long ago was simply a Bitcoin exchange. If you looked at, I mean, their motto, if I had taken screenshots of years ago, you would have seen. It basically came down to Bitcoin is it. We're only going to be listing Bitcoin. Don't ask for anything else on our platform. At some point, they begin to add other like Bitcoin light kind of things. They were forced to add Bitcoin Cash in 2017, I believe it was, because of people talking about a lawsuit and people were talking about cows and if my cow makes milk. I know some of you remember this conversation because it was a very, very weird one. But at some point, Coinbase began to realize that other people in the cryptocurrency space were also adding other coins at a faster pace than them. And then Coinbase was like, okay, cool. We'll just start adding every single coin. You might remember around the time when they still hadn't added XRP, they were like, hey, which of these 30 coins that none of you were asking for do you want? And everyone was like, I want that coin. I want that coin. I want that coin. And they were like, okay, we're going to add these 30 other coins that have to do with Ethereum and none of you asked for, but now they're on the platform. As the years have gone on, I think they've kind of just stopped looking through what they're adding, and it simply is like, okay, well, it's a new coin, just add it to the platform. Part of the problem is that a lot of new people who get into the space, they look for value, if you will, not the actual future value proposition, because so few people actually look towards the future. They look for the coin. Well, Bitcoin's 38,000. Poopadoop coin is 3 cents. I'm fairly certain if I buy Poopadoop coin, at some point, it's going to go up to $38,000 as well. And then I can brag to my friend that I'm a mega trillionaire. So I'm going to buy that. And if that sounds ridiculous to you, that's exactly how 99% of the market works. Not even a joke. Tons of people, when they get into the space, it was called crypto vanity in 2017. I'm still going to call it the exact same way because it makes so much sense. The idea is when people were buying, when Coinbase was listing other altcoins and other platforms were listing other altcoins as well onto their platforms. In 2017 and 2018, there were a lot of articles written about it as they were asking other people, which of these new coins do you plan on investing in? And they were like, I'm investing in this one and I'm investing in that one. And these were all extremely obscure coins that no longer exist or no one's actually trading them. And they said, why? Why are you investing in said coin? They said, well, because I have 300,000 of it and I can only afford 1/10 of a Bitcoin. And it's not as fancy when I tell my coworkers, hey, I'm into the cryptocurrency space and I have 300,000 of that. And they go, how much do you have? I have 0.059 of a Bitcoin. It doesn't have the same exact zing to it. So anyway, bringing it on back, a lot of people, when Coinbase or any other platform adds these coins, people see that this coin, US dollar wise, is a lot cheaper. They buy into these coins. They think that because it's on Coinbase, it's going to the moon and it's going to continue skyrocketing. And this is why they're listing them now as experimental and in order to be more transparent. No, you've been adding crappy coins to your platform. Everyone who uses you keeps thinking that these coins are all going to skyrocket and go just as high as Bitcoin. Remember the conversation that we were having years ago of, what was it? It was that, oh gosh, there was some price prediction for some coin and people were like, well, this coin's definitely going to $9,000. And somebody was like, That would be a $47 trillion market cap. You got to believe it's going to happen. And I'm like, nope, I'm pretty sure the coin will maybe hit up around like $1 if they get lucky. And it happened multiple times for different coins. So a lot of people get into the market thinking that any coin that they buy is going to skyrocket. And this is why I implore you, if you can, pay attention to the last like 1,700 videos that I've made. There's a clear pattern. It's almost like two coins are constantly being the center of attention and are being bought up by companies and banks and institutions. I can't figure out what those two coins are. Anyway, that's the Coinbase is adding more transparency to their platform. I'm actually all for it. Please let people know when you are adding crappy coins onto your platform. I don't use Coinbase myself, but do they have the indication of, what do you call it? Like how much trading volume this coin has before you're actually buying it? Hey, this coin is garbage. Do you still want to buy it? That'd be kind of nice as well. Anyway, that's the Coinbase experimental transparency news. Ooh, I don't know why that's supposed to be spooky, but I guess it should be if you're, putting your money into terrible coins. All right, let's move on. Also in the news today, it says, don't look now, but there are signs that Ethereum's high gas fee woes may be abating. Those high fees have long been a source of frustration for Ethereum users. Understatement, but a series of so-called Layer 2 innovations have begun to offer a fix, the latest in the form of Starknet, which is now integrated into cryptocurrency infrastructure giant Alchemy's development kit. For those unfamiliar, a lot of people, the idea of Layer 2 solutions, also known as roll-ups, is to process big batches of transactions apart from Ethereum's core blockchain, and then periodically write a record of those activities to Ethereum itself. The idea is to produce high transaction volumes at a much lower cost while creating the same immutable records as Ethereum. Starknet was created by an Israeli company, Starkware, that raised, $173 million in funding. Starknet is hardly the first to deploy its Layer 2 solution. Other roll-up options are Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum, which have gained traction over the past 2 years. So I saw this news and I was like, this sounds really familiar. Did we just go over this? Nope. This is now number 5 in the long lineup of we can make Ethereum's transaction fees lower news. You might remember we just had news that ZK Sync a couple of days ago was also in the news as a brand new way to increase decentralization and to decrease transaction fee gas volume on the Ethereum network as well. So yeah, exciting. It gets to a point where you have so many different Layer 2s and Layer 3s and side chains. They become a bit confusing because they all sound relatively the same and are usually in the news at some other point in time. I hope that mainly that we get Ethereum 2.0 by June would be nice. The other part of my hope is that with now 5 major that we know of, because I assume there's like 15 in total, 5 major Layer 2 scaling lower gas fee solutions out there. Ethereum's gas fees when Ethereum 2.0 comes out should be less than half a cent. And I mean that in the most honest, not even joking way. There's no way that you can have this many different things to lower gas fees and then gas fees still stay $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $15, $39, $348, $9. Anyway, so that's the news. There's now something called Starknet. It promises to 100 times lower gas fees on Ethereum. And apparently it's now live on Alchemy. So I'm pretty sure I assume many of you speak English. Not joking, just saying, in general. This means that by December, we should not only have Ethereum 2.0, Ethereum's gas fees should be just lower than the price of a piece of sand. All right. Is this also the same? Here's the other one. Yeah. All righty. That's the Ethereum upgrading 100 times X lower fees news. Let's move on. And to finish things off, and I'm not sure why people also thought this was news, the Parliament of the European Union has scheduled a vote on a framework aimed at regulating cryptocurrencies after addressing concerns over proof of work mining. Remember all that stuff that's no longer in the news? Remember when I told you it would no longer actually be in the news? Remember last year when Elon Musk was like, oh, we can't use Bitcoin because it has proof of work. And I was like, he doesn't actually care about that. It's just another really weird narrative that people are putting forward. And now we hear nothing about it. Exactly. For those of you who missed it, sometime over the course of last year, for some reason, last year was Bitcoin mining bad, kind of news, where basically members of the European Parliament had come together to announce that they wanted to ban any type of proof of work blockchain. And I was like, it's not going to happen. Other cryptocurrency YouTubers continue to scare you and tell you that this was definitely going to happen. There's going to be a ban. How much you want to bet there's going to be a ban? Will Bitcoin collapse because of the ban? And I was like, there's not going to be any kind of ban. What they wanted to happen was there were, I think, 1 or 2 countries that had issued concerns saying, hey, if people decide to do this, mine cryptocurrencies, they have to have certain energy provisions, or basically we can't take the entire 50,000 machines ourselves. You have to go somewhere else and find another energy provider because we basically can't do it. And that was kind of the ban on proof of work that they were proposing. But there's not going to be any ban on any type of thing because money. Has everyone forgotten how governments work? In a Monday Twitter thread, European Parliament Committee on Economics and Monetary Affairs member Stefan Berger said the committee will vote on the Markets in Crypto Assets, or MICA or MICA framework on the 14th of March, following the submission of a final draft of the bill. As the rapporteur? The person appointed to report on proceedings regarding the bill, Berger said the legislation would no longer include text that some had interpreted, had interpreted as a possible ban on proof of work crypto mining. With MICA, the EU can set global standards. Therefore, all those involved are now asked to support the submitted draft and to vote for MICA. Strong support for MICA is a strong signal for the European Parliament for a technology neutral and innovative friendly financial sector. It's not really neutral if you're voting in one direction, but I digress. So the news is, not only is Joe Biden just signing a piece of paper that's going to allow people to do what they've already been doing for the last 4 to 5 years, but also everyone be really happy because the European Parliament is not banning proof of work. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Now you can tell all the other YouTubers who were trying to scare you for the last 2 years that it's not going to happen. That'll be fun, right? Anyway, so yeah. I mean, it goes so far as we all live in a country. All of us. You know how your government is. If at any point you've seen it before, if anything has been a threat, a problem, the government doesn't like it, they ban it. They get rid of it immediately. Doesn't it seem a little weird that we've had all this talk about Bitcoin being banned over the last couple of years and now we're only getting nothing but kind regulation? I mean, I wouldn't call 50% tax kind regulation, but you understand what I'm saying. So the news is, sweat off my brow. Cannot believe it. The European Parliament will not be banning proof of work. I mean, I totally didn't see that one coming. What in the world is going on that everyone's so obsessed with just trying to scare other people in this market all the time? Remember all the other prominent people in the space. Bitcoin's going down to 2,000. Bitcoin has to hit 1,000 before it bounces back up. Every single time that we see Bitcoin fall by $2,000, there's always news that Bitcoin has to retest 17,000. The moment Bitcoin's price goes up by $100, Bitcoin's going to the moon. 100,000 this year. Anyway, that's the, it says Europe crypto regulations set to move forward without Bitcoin ban. Can't believe it, man. Wow. Thank you, European Parliament members. Let's move on. Sorry if I sound more cynical, but you know, the space is getting really ridiculous and out of hand, and I still contribute this. Never mind. It's okay. Alrighty, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. GBU Wally, formerly known as Professor Wally, Bubble Mode, Darren Davis, How's Life Austin, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and Let's Move On, Chris Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fud, Wiser, Mortified, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Crypto Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy655, and Carlos Was Like, Mo Barazi, Jojo Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stroyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Mohamaroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick, Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test, Everyday and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. And to everyone who's still here watching. If you're still here watching, type in I was gonna say Tron is the best altcoin, but that seems a little mean. Oh gosh, type in Mana, MANA, if you're still here watching. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $38,861. It is up by 2.3%. See these wild swings? This was the swing downward that, I mean, all the crypto news websites were like, woe is us, can't believe it. And I'm pretty sure they're writing something right now about how amazing the prices are looking. Ethereum's at 2,582. Binance Coin is up by 3%. Any crazy numbers happening? Cosmos is up by 4. Polygon is up by 3. Tron is up by, 3.5. Okay. Uniswap is up by 4. Unis said Leo is up by 3.7 percentile points. Anything else? What is that? Osmosis. Okay, sure. Compound US dollar is up by 14%. And Waves has skyrocketed into the number 50 place. It is up by 27%. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.